Wow, do the bangers just keep on dropping when it comes to EDC or everyday carry designed fixed blades. And Reiff Knives is coming into the mix super hot. I mean, just when I think in a year, how many more like designs and features and variations can Stu come up with over there? He comes up with something new. And today we're going to be looking at this Circadian fixed blade from Reiff Knives, built out of CPM Magnacut steel. Check it out. At under 3.5 inches, it's just a little bit under 3.5 inches, means that it's going to be very carryable for a lot of people out there. We got a few variants. Even the handle design is very different, kind of moving away from some of his original F series with this particular model. We got Cerakoted blacked out. I mean, just so much going on, including some beautiful leather work sheathing. I mean, wow. So we're going to have a blast today unpacking what these models have. And just to be clear, Reiff Knives did not sponsor the content in this video in any way, shape, or form. All I have is a link in the description box below to their affiliate network and to their website. And I'll have that popping up right here so you can explore all the different Reiff knife options, including these models. When I saw that these were going to be coming available, I hit them up, said, hey, I'd like 2 samples. They were willing to send 2 so I could really put them through the paces, see what their capabilities and limitations are. And ultimately, I wanted to be able to give one of you guys a chance to win one of these 2 Circadian knives. So a little bit later in the video, I'm going to have an opportunity for you to get entered into the giveaway. I'll be giving this away to one random lucky viewer and potentially score yourself a sick American-made, all the way around Magnacut EDC fixed blade. If you're new to the channel, guys, welcome. I'm Aaron. This is Gideonstactical. Let's dive in. Now, I really like the deviation from Reiff Knives' normal kind of profile. Here's an F3. You know, definitely a narrower from edge to spine blade. The Circadian is going to be from edge to spine 1.23, I believe, inches high with that very high grind. That's another aspect too. Just a very high, obviously accentuating slicing saber grind that basically quits right about there, about 2/3 of the way. So you can get basically a full flat on that whole last portion of the blade right there. Now, I keep seeing clip point. I don't see any swedging, so I don't really understand the whole clip point. I guess just in the way the drop is what they're referring to, because it just kind of like goes, whereas this maybe drops a little bit more. When I usually think clip point, I think like swedging and like a big sweep. So that's just me in that aspect. But with that 1/8 of an inch thick stock and 3.13 inches of cutting edge, 3.2, like just over actual blade length, it means that it is ideal for compact tasks. This is going to be perfectly set up to compete with a lot of your pocket knives. Think of knives, even close to like Spyderco's, that have those really high grinds. It's designed to be slicey. It's designed to be quick in the hand, really precise in the cuts. You know, that's where something like the F3 design has a little bit more strength because of the lower grind, but it lacks some of the slicing capability. Food prep, obviously, around a camp kitchen, something like that will be ideal. Cardboard rope, you know, all that, and then obviously feather stick making. So ideal to run in tandem with, say, a bigger blade, even like the F6 or even larger knives. This would be an ideal companion size to do the really fine work. Now, you have a massive amount of belly. It's not a super aggressive piercing blade. That's, again, where that other design, the F3 design, and their kind of original, would be a little bit more aggressive for the piercing. Still will penetrate, but it really focuses on a sweeping belly. Now, sporting Magnacut steel, everybody wants it. The Rockwell they're doing is 61 to 63. That's definitely better than stuff like we see out of like BENCHMADE recently and a few other companies that are kind of doing low Rockwells. Particularly on a knife of this size, a higher Rockwell is always better in giving us that window, giving durability, but also better edge retention than some other Magnacuts you will find. And Magnacut is that really good balance of rust resistance, edge stability and durability in that sense, but also edge retention. And I've found that it's not that difficult to resharpen in the field, which is a really big benefit. Like I'm taking it up here on this overnight, and it really works well holding that edge. But then if I just want to tune it up really quick, it's not a bear like, say, M390 would be. So Cerakote is obviously not needed with Magnacut because of its rust-resistant properties, but it does give some variety for those who like to have Cerakote on their blades. And I'd love to know from you guys, when it comes to compact fixed blades, do you like the broad high grind or the narrow blade low grind of these two designs? Now, I'm really digging the handle. Again, this is just a brand new kind of take for us compared to their normal designs. Now, the normal design is very ergonomic, almost broom handle-esque. This gives us kind of more of, I think of like an almond shape on the handle, and a deep guard cut in right there, really nicely done, and a little bit of like transitions. Now it's just under 4 inches, and it gives me plenty of real estate when I get up on that guard and my Carta all the way around, so it's not going to be creating hot spots of any kind right there, really locking me into place. I wear large size gloves, as you guys know, and from knuckle to knuckle, it's 3 1/4 inches wide, that span right there for all 4 fingers. Locking me in. We got light jimping. If you're going to do jimping, that's the way to do it. It's not sharp, gives me a little tactile feel. Good shoulders that I can kind of pinch and guide the tip if I want to. And good girth. A lot of compact fixed blades can be pretty thin. This is 0.72 on the thickness of the handle scales. In a reverse grip, really locking me into place. I can rest my thumb right there on that shelf. Little lanyard hole. Got our 2 Torx screws right there. And several different color combinations. And I like the pattern too. They've done light ribbing. You can see it more on the black handle version than what we normally would get with the original versions, which aren't slick, but they are just kind of low traction. I like the very minor ribbing on these, giving you just a little bit more tactile feel without creating a hot spot. And what's really exciting, for the first time ever, you can interchange the handle scales. And so leave a comment below. I'd love to know what you guys think. Do you prefer the style of kind of the original Reiff design, or do you like this new handle design? Now, Reiff knives have always had good Kydex sheaths, but more and more they're offering leather sheath options, and this knife comes with a phenomenal leather sheath. And I'm sorry, I forgot the specs, and I'm out of cell phone range on this overnighter. And so I'll annotate who builds this, but these are American made. I think it's Badger Works or some Badger Leather Works, I think is the name. But these are just so well put together. Love the wear look of them. They come with an ulti clip that is ambidextrous. You just, screw it on right or left, and then you can put it in either pocket. You can easily run it in your belt as well, like in your waistband or out of your waistband, either way. And you got those really nice rivets right there. Silent. Oh, if I really shake, okay, now it's wanting to kind of start to come out. Good retention, I would say, for a leather sheath, and you can always wet mold it if you really want it to be like extra snug. So ultra cool. The one thing to note is just because of how broad it is, when I do carry it in my pocket, it's really tough depending on the pair of pants. I have to have really like big pockets to put my keys in there as well. If you're going to carry this in your pocket, there's a good chance that this is all that's going to be in your pocket. So just kind of weigh that when you are considering that. But this is a really cool pocket carry, and I've had a blast not only EDCing around camp, but around the property. Now, before we get to the giveaway, let's go ahead and talk pricing and competitive options. I have a few here for us to take a look at. Now, the uncoated version, $285. The coated version, $300. So when we look at USA made sheath, USA made knife, and there are no questions asked, like bulletproof warranty. They will replace it basically no matter what. They will even replace it if it gets stolen, as long as you have a police report. So that is phenomenal. So you're kind of buying in on an insurance policy on top of the blades. And as you're about to see here, this is right around in that kind of ballpark price range. As a quick example here, and I will have links to all the blades we're talking about, including these Reiff knives, in the description box below, and again popping up right there when I hit each one. So the first one, which will probably be like the best value, is the BENCHMADE Alpha Series 664. This is the S35VN version for about $200, but they have a Magnacut version for 250. That's going to come with a Kydex sheath. You can see there's a little bit bigger, a little bit more of an aggressive piercing tip versus more belly on the Reiff right there. Definitely more of like a dedicated grip. This one feels a little bit more ergonomic, rounder. This one is more organic, just in that, you know, hammer grip or piercing grip. Sorry, lost my train of thought there. You know, this is like a batch, mid-tech level. This is a production, and you can see it like in grind angles. You know, Buck isn't always known for like perfect grind angles and kind of like little things. You'll see the little things, better quality of fit and finish, slightly less on a Buck, but still a great knife, not dogging it. And for $250, you're getting Magnacut and a cool blade. Definitely one that I like carrying. Now on the flip side, we have here, previously reviewed maybe you heard it from the Sheath, the BENCHMADE DACIAN, previously reviewed. Definitely slimmer profile, way more aggressive tip. 60, 62 on the Rockwell scale, so a little bit higher, 61, 63 again with the Reiff. 270 to 300, depending if you go Cerakote or not. This is got a lot of good things going for it, though. A very slim, quick in the hand, but bogus sheath. You can go check out the full review if you want to see the full review rundown on that. But right there, just showing you like a mid-tech level, bulletproof warranty, you know, is coming in at basically the same price as a BENCHMADE. Now this one is actually the one that's probably the closest, because it's kind of like a mid-tech like the Reiff, and that's going to be the Confidant from SCHWARZ and the Overland. Both of these are about the same size. This is like a trout knife, that huge sweep, kind of piercing dropped tip. We do have a little bit more customization on the handles, like you can do different scales, but also like the collars and the bolts themselves. And you can get Kydex or leather. The handles are going to be narrower and be crowned, whereas you don't have crowning, and thicker on the Reiff. So a little bit more ergonomic for longer cuts, a little bit lower profile. And TJ's designs are about $295. So right there in that price range. I think he does 62, 64 on the Rockwell scale. So you're going to get slightly better edge retention, not as quite as much durability. And the Reiff knives is kind of like in between what BENCHMADE does and say like TJ does. So this is like right in the middle of the Rockwell scale for what's it called? Magnacut. Now to the giveaway. It's live as soon as this video is live, and it will be ending when you see the banner popping up right here. That's when it ends, date and time right there. It will be closed, at which time I will pick somebody at random. So how do you get entered and win? In the description box below this video is a link over to Google Forms. Just fill out the simple information right there, super straightforward. You should get a response email saying you've been entered in to win. Then just hang tight, and at the time of the closing of the giveaway, I will use the random number generator inside Google Forms. It'll give me a random email, and I will email you. You will have 24 hours to respond to that email. I'm willing to ship this anywhere in the world as long as your country of origin accepts knives. I'm on my customs form. I'm going to say it's a knife in there. So if it's going to get confiscated, all the rules are in there. That's on you. I'm not going to like try and send you another one or whatever. But if you cannot have knives shipped to you in your country, do us all a favor. Sorry, don't enter in a win. Change your government instead. With that, guys, that is the Circadian design from Reiff Knives. It's really cool to see them transitioning, I think, into a different kind of design. I'd love to see some different sizes now with this blade as well. It would be super cool in future adaptations. And I think it is absolutely a heavy hitter in the EDC compact fixed blade realm. That's me. That's my mileage. I look forward to hearing from you guys, your thoughts, particularly if you've scored one when they first dropped. What do you think? What do you think about the design overall? And do you like the idea of compact fixed blades, or are you a pocket folding person? Always appreciate your guys' info, feedback. Check out the other video popping up. Subscribe if you haven't yet. And until next time, always remember to stay equipped, stay prepared. I'll see you out there.